All right, hey, what's going on? This is Dan Keller, your mortgage advisor at New American Funding. I want to welcome you to another episode of Making Sense of the Markets. Today is Friday, June 16th. Summer has flown by. It is actually officially summer at the Keller farmhouse. Kids are out of school for summer. Hey, I hope you're having a great June. I am just getting ready to take off to head down with my son to the Columbia River to try and catch a couple of big king salmon. But before I take off, I wanted to get this information out to you. A lot happened this last week. This episode is going to be all about budgeting and what Fed Chairwoman Janet Yellen said. So not a whole lot going on here in regards to rates. These charts are kind of complicated just because of how they were released this week in regards to the metrics. This red line is the 103 mark. It's lower here than it is here just from the way that the charts are reporting. But no news, not a bunch of news in regards to where rates went. Right here, last Friday we were at 10320. Today we're at 10310. Not a big deal. What's a big deal is what happened after the Fed chairwoman right here after she spoke. Rates actually improved quite nicely for about 30 minutes, and then they came back down. Let's talk about what Fed Chairwoman Janet Yellen said. So she raised the Fed funds rate. I didn't think that was warranted. However, she did it. If you read between the lines, it'll be the last Fed rate hike of the year. That's good news. Read even further, the Fed is going to pull out buying mortgage-backed securities and supporting mortgage bonds. They're going to be selling some of those off. That's kind of a big deal. That's going to force other markets to come in and start purchasing mortgage bonds. So what will that do to mortgage rates? It will raise mortgage rates. So by the tail end of this year, early 2018, you're going to start seeing mortgage rates increase. That's what someone like me wants to see in regards to data so that I can relay that back to you. Still, a great time, great opportunity right now to refinance your house or to purchase and cash in on really low 30-year fixed rates still. Government, VA, FHA, USDA rates are still in the upper threes depending on down payment credit score. And then conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac backed loans up to 529, 250 in King and Snohomish County, still in the low fours. So speaking of what Janet Yellen talked about and budgeting for 2018, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to spend 1 minute talking about this. You know, Warren Buffett, billionaire, says his financial advice is such that do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. You and I both know what that means. Implementing it is key, and living by that is key. So here's a typical housing budget. This is relative to take-home money that you deposit after taxes, what you deposit into the bank. 35% of it should go to housing, 15 to 20 should go to transportation, and so forth. Read down the list. My point is, going back to what Warren Buffett says, don't save what is left after spending, spend what is left after savings. First thing that you should do, set aside 10% or more. Set aside your savings first, then go and take care of your bills. That's what wealthy people do. And then you spend what is left, okay? I'm going to go into detail with this. This is what I teach. My wife and I follow this to a T. I teach this to my clients, but it's hard to teach it through the mortgage process. So what I do is I host a new homeowner budget class every single month right above this video. Go to budgetwithdan.com. You can RSVP. It's free. I'm actually having some wine tasting as a part of this one, but I want to invite you out. If you're watching this on social media or you're getting the email version of Making Sense of the Markets, go ahead. You're invited. Click on that. And I'm going to go over budgeting, how to budget, how to stick to a budget, how to follow the monthly budget guidelines to a T. All right? I got to get out of here. We're heading down to the Columbia. I'll come back to you next Friday. In the meantime, have a killer weekend. Let me know what you think of today's episode. Shoot me a quick email back or comment down below, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.